Well, hello there. Welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Jeff. I'm the GM for this game. And remember, anytime you see a flying lizard close to the ground, it's fine. They're just dragging their feet.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
Look what you did. You broke her. She used to work just fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, you know.
That's funny.
Thank you. So, before we get into the action tonight, let me remind you how we got here.
Ah, yes. How did we get here?
The group had been in Aermagh consulting with their friend Jojo, who runs the Shouting Pirate, and Viessa Vexx, who's the head of the underworld. And then they made their way back to the Fairy Sanctum because they were going to meet up with the crew of the Clever Sprite and escort the Sprite back to Aermagh, where it will be dry docked for safety until the dragon incursions are done and until the Platinum Hammer has been dealt with. While they were there, they received some very interesting insight from Aribell's mentor, Father Dilbus, and they made arrangements to meet with Mother Tassa, or Tasso Pronatiel, the ancient gold dragon who is currently the speaker of the metallic dragons. They went to discuss things with Captain Urobi and the crew of the Sprite and made arrangements to meet them for dinner and scheduled a departure the following morning. They were then informed that Mother Tassa had arrived, and they went to meet with her in the Citadel of Light, which is the space in the sanctum that is large enough for a dragon in its natural form. They had an interesting conversation with Mother Tassa, laid out some of the things that they needed help with, including having the metallic dragons actually patrol off the coast of Aermagh to try and turn back the chromatic incursions that had been plaguing the city for weeks.
Because the people wanted to know why it hadn't been done yet.
Yes. Tasha volunteered to perform Lost Guardians of Aecathan for Mother Tassa, who decided to return to her normal form to hear with her natural ears. She was very pleased with the song, and there was a little bit more discussion about what was going on over the course of the day. Prior to that, the 4+ had learned that a group of orcs had approached the constabulary in Aermagh asking for sanctuary, and that there was a team being put together for negotiations to determine if they were on the level. Mother Tassa said that one of the other dragons that the 4+ had already met would in fact be joining that delegation as a representative of the metallics in determining whether or not this was a feint or this was a rather drastic change in the behavior of the dragon servant orcs. They returned after speaking with her to the Traveler's Respite, where they joined the crew of the Sprite for dinner. they witnessed a storytelling contest between Captain Yorobi and Athgar,
That's right.
which the captain kindly announced to be a draw. Everyone turned in. The following morning, they boarded the Sprite and began their trip across the lake. Gwynlaurin and Athgar had slightly differing reactions to being on the water. Gwynlaurin was like a kid in a candy store, and Athgar was vaguely green. So, after crossing the lake, they started down the river, slowing occasionally to navigate around obstructions that turned out not to be traps. They had just crossed under the third bridge, the last bridge that they would go under before actually reaching the territory around Aermagh, when it was noticed that there were two what appeared to be submerged chunks of ice in the waters ahead of the Sprite. And then it was noticed that those ice chunks seemed to be moving. And right around the time that that was noticed, they broke the surface of the water, and it turned out to be not chunks of ice, but two white dragons. And that is where we left off. So, Adventurers 4, I would like you to roll initiative.
Are you kidding me?
Tasha.
25.
Gwynlaurin.
23. I rolled poorly.
Fuck all
Zoreth.
y'alls. 7.
And Aribell.
14.
Zoreth, you are not the lowest initiative.
Oh, thank goodness.
Athgar is?
No, I didn't say that.
There's-
I just said she wasn't the
there's a-
lowest.
Bunch of us. I forgot
A
about
lot of
that.
Yes.
NPCs.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete. 7-ish.
So, as we begin, let me move us.
That's right.
It said loading river battle. That's so
Dun,
cool.
dun, dun.
Yep.
You do not have any vision for this battle.
Yeah, I'm fixing that. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Hello.
bad. That's super bad. Oh, yeah, and I'm at the back of the ship.
Yes, you are.
Ooh,
Brilliant.
Where am I?
You're
in the
right
front.
here in the front.
Okay, good.
I
Yep.
can't ping you, actually. That's not something I can do on this.
Right.
Oh, I can select you.
I like being selected.
I don't think it actually does anything on your side. I don't know. Whatever.
So, let us begin. As is common, Tasha, you're up first.
Oh, that's not all that common, but okay.
Now, what you see is that there are two white dragons who have broken the surface and are hovering.
I cast Fireball.
Oh,
And you see one of them is noticeably larger than the other.
Crap.
hovering.
Hovering.
Do we talk first?
Try. We're dragonkin of a sort. I don't know if that helps us. or
I'm
hurts
pretty
us.
sure she said she cast fireball is what she said.
I fucking did.
Is the right one or the left one the bigger one?
The right
The
one.
big one.
Well, right, but they're far apart. I just want the right one.
Yeah, which one's closer?
You probably the right one.
Hold please.
Are you sure you don't want to talk first?
With
They
white
haven't-
dragons?
They haven't made any advances. They're only hovering.
Fine.
Hold your action.
I will hold my action and say, state your intentions.
You don't have to. I was just saying. You're right. They're probably going to attack us.
Uh-huh. Because they're white dragons.
Then do what you gotta do. Don't listen to me. Do what you think is right.
I cast Fireball.
Well,
I mean, I understand.
All right. So which one are you casting it on? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Which one's closer?
They are, I'm guessing, pretty equidistant. Let me see here.
well, to you, probably the one on the right.
70 feet to the one on the right. 75 feet to the one on the left. So really, there's not a whole lot of difference.
I do the smaller one then.
Okay. And what is the... Oh, I have that. Hold on. 16. And it's dexterity save?
Yes.
All right. Well, the fireball goes off. I'll have you tell me damage in a moment. And the dragon rolled a 1 on their save. So, they are going to use one of their legendary resistances and succeed on the saving throw. So go ahead and give me the total damage. They will take half.
Okay. $37.
All right. The fireball goes off, and you see the dragon looks a little blackened on the outside now, and it just kind of cranes its head and looks at the other one like, really?
I think that's
Alright.
bad. I think that's
It wasn't-
really bad.
It wasn't going to be good.
That's true.
Yeah, that's not all that helpful. All right, hold please.
Who's up next?
The captain.
It's not me.
So,
What does she do?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that's not gonna work. she is going to cast Shatter at 5th level.
Ooh.
At the larger of the two dragons. Wow. And it failed its save, so it's going to use one of its legendary resistances to succeed.
Do we know how many of those they have?
Nope.
No. But I'm trying to keep track of how many.
Never girl.
Jesus.
It's the hard, like, well, the characters wouldn't even know about what that is. So.
So
There
you're
is
aiming
a-
at. She's aiming at the big one, which is on the right.
Correct. And
And
there is a loud boom that you see the sonic waves hit the surface of the water, and it just sends them into a frenzy of motion. Dragon doesn't seem the least bit phased. At 23, it would be Gwenlaren and Barnaby. So, Gwen, I'm sure your dexterity is higher, so you can go ahead and go first.
Well, I was asleep.
Yeah.
So, did I wake upon hearing this huge kaboom?
Make a perception check, just a straight perception check.
14.
That's enough. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't take much because there was this loud noise.
Right. Okay. So I will jump up and look around and be like, what the? Oh! Dragons! And I will cast Conjure Barrage.
Um,
Or are they.
I think this round you are going to be waking up
Oh. Okay.
because you were asleep, so it's going to take a few seconds for you to kind of orient yourself as to what's going on.
Okay.
All right, so Barnaby casts a spell, leaps over the edge of the boat,
Oh!
and begins running across the surface of the water.
Oh!
Ooh. Wow, that's cool.
So Jesus was a druid?
Could have been. Could have been. More likely a cleric, but... All right. The dragon on the right, the larger of the two, says, Krishnalishan was right. You may kill them, my husband. And let's see.
History check for that.
So the dragon flies in. Pivots. Breathes. And then still has movement, so. Let's see if I remember how to do this.
I liked all of you. I really did.
All right. Everybody in that cone, which does not include Gwenlauren, needs to make a Constitution save.
Tasha and Yarla have +5, I think. I think Tasha's close enough. We're one square apart. Okay.
Yeah.
+5 to your saving throw.
Wait,
Gwen's-
throw?
Constitution.
Ugh.
+5. $19.
Wrong one. Okay. Let me roll for Yarla and Casimiro. Ooh, that's not good. All right. Let me roll for Athgar. Ah! Athgar rolled a 20.
Thank God. I really don't want to lose him again.
All right. And Aribell, what did you get?
A natural 20. I got a 28.
And let me roll for Marrow. Oof. Wow, this is ugly. Okay.
I don't know what you expected.
Aribell, Tasha, and Athgar, you take 40 points of cold damage.
I mean,
The three crew members for the Sprite did not make their saves.
That was with the +5 for Yarla, right?
Yes. Yarla rolled a 4.
Not kill Father Dulbus's niece. That would be wrong.
I mean, we're gonna do our
And-
darndest to survive, but
Let's throw some dragons at them. It'll be fine.
And then the creature flies off that direction. It is now Yarla's turn. She attempts to shoot that dragon with her crossbow. The first bolt bounces off the creature's scales. The second bolt, however, actually sinks into the creature. All right. Now it's Sigrith's turn. She immediately begins waving her hands, and from them springs forth a lightning bolt. Let's see. It has to make its save, which it does. She throws the lightning bolt at the dragon, who moves just enough so that it singes it, but doesn't strike it dead on. Oh, Athgar's turn.
yeah, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, this is a good question.
Yeah.
He is going to run forward and cast Cure Wounds on Yarla. Let's see, is able to give her 21 hit points back.
Nice.
All right, Aribell.
Aribell is going to cast Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
And then I will use my bonus action to also heal Yarla. It's 2 dice, 6 plus 5.
I got a 7.
Got 8 plus 5. So 13 more points for her.
All right. She's back up over half.
And they're big enough I can see over Yarla because she's a gnome. And I will move. I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Now it's the smaller one's turn.
Great. The larger one went after Tasha, right? Or before Tasha? I'll pay attention next time. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
This one, the first thing I need everyone to do is make a wisdom saving throw.
Athgar has moved in, so he also gets plus 5. And Gwenlarn, you're awake or in this, so you also get plus 5.
Do I?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
How close to everybody? I mean, like, does it affect myself and Sigrith as well?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I rolled decent, but I just want to make sure.
You're in the range. You don't get my bonus. I don't know what you're at. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not gonna do. It's fine. I'm sure she's fine. Yes. Okay. As the creature begins to attack Barnaby, you feel this. Well, actually, what did you all get? I just realized I didn't ask.
You didn't.
Mm-mm.
So, Aribell, what did you get?
29.
Okay. Gwen?
32.
Tasha?
27.
And Zoreth?
These are wisdom saves?
Yes.
Fuck you guys. 19. I rolled a 17.
I rolled an 18, but then I had that bonus.
Oh, I don't have the bonus.
Right.
Whoosh.
Well, you feel this
It's about as high as I can roll.
Presence manifest, and you realize that this must be the dragon fear that people talk about.
Oh.
The only person that seems to have succumbed to it, however, is Iarla.
Oh.
While I am conscious, me and friendly creatures within 10 feet of me cannot be frightened.
Oh, really? Oh, well then everybody managed it.
Phew.
Wow, okay.
That is
All
so
right,
nice.
now
Aura
It's-
of courage.
Damn it.
it's going to attack Barnaby.
I thought it was gonna attack Barnaby. That's what you said. I'm like, don't be changing your mind midstream.
Oh, no. No. Well, he managed to duck under the first claw, but not the second. Nor was he able to duck under the bite. Okay. So he takes a total of 25 points of damage. Zoreth.
He's still up.
Yeah.
You're muted.
The bigger one that is now on the right side of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say how can you check distances? The little ruler?
If you hold down the control key, click and drag.
That's not what I want. Crap, now it won't go away. Okay.
You just right click.
Right click? Nope. Control. Okay. Got it. 50 feet. I am going to cast. Oh no, I can't. I'm gonna run up.
You've got like 30 feet of movement, and you can still cast, so.
Well, and I do have for the feet. I've got. For my feet, I have got distance spell.
Oh, for
When you have
one
a
of your meta magics.
Right.
Yep.
When you cast a spell that has range 5 feet or greater, you can spend a sorcery point to double the range of the spell. So it's from me outward. So I'm guessing that means I can use it. Is that correct?
If it's
like that?
If it's an area effect spell, no.
It's a cone.
Yes.
It's a 15-foot cone from myself.
Okay.
So now I don't know what that means. I'm going to run up because I'm going to have to. How many can I run up? 30. How do I move myself?
Just click on you and drag it.
That's negative, Ghost Rider.
Make sure you have the little person selected in the upper left-hand corner. If you've got
It
the
is.
ruler selected, it won't work.
No, it's not. Well, anyhow.
Where do you want to go?
10, 20, 30, right next to Marrow if I can.
You can get here.
Yeah. And then... Yeah, that should be 15 feet. I wouldn't even need to use my...
Actually, you will.
Oh, okay.
Because 15 feet will get next to it, but won't actually get it.
Got it. I cast Burning Hands at 4th level.
Okay. Is there a save?
Dex 16.
It fails the save and uses one of its legendary resistances to succeed.
That's not good. Boy, that doesn't seem like a lot of damage, does it, at all? Oh, that's because there's only 4. Oof. Boy, that's not good at all. So then it would be 66, which would be 23, but because it made it save,
That would be
it would be-
11.
and then because I have the feat, which is my meta magic, I'm going to again use a sorcery point and realize that did not do a whole lot of good.
Does it say that you can use 2 sorcery points? Like, does it say that you can use distance with something
on that
else?
one? I don't remember.
Because there are
Hold
a couple that you can use even if you've already used a sorcery point.
Empowered. No, I cannot.
Okay. And that's the only thing you can do this round.
Boy, that was not very good at all. I feel very weak.
Alright. And bringing up the end is Marrow.
Boy, this is not very good at all.
Was it empowered you were trying to use then?
She used distant.
I had to. I'm not far enough, but empowered I can actually use even if I've already used another meta magic.
I thought that's what you were trying to do, because that's when you can re-roll your damage.
Yeah, but no, I should have tried to use the big one, but did it seem like it did any impact?
Yes.
I mean, you didn't say
Yes.
it hit them or anything.
Yes, it hit them, and you see the scales are slightly blackened.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
What are we shooting?
Marrow is casting Moonbeam.
Okay.
What's that gonna do?
Well, we're gonna find out. Cocked. Damn it. A gleaming pale white column of light comes streaking down out of the sky. And slams into the dragon.
Not bad.
The dragon failed its save, but chose not to use a legendary resistance, and as such, took 35 points of damage. And that completes round 1. Round 2, we go back to Tasha.
I cast Synaptic Static. No, which one was the one that did the cone on all of us?
The one on the right.
Okay, fine. I cast it on the one on the right. It's an intelligence save of 16.
All right, what's the damage?
39.
It failed its save, so it's going to use legendary resistance to succeed. But you see it, like, falter in flight when the spell hits. And then it kind of steadies back.
Okay.
All right, it is the captain's turn. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. The captain pivots to, or she's sort of scanning the field and sees that Barnaby's out by himself. And so she flings her spell out that direction. You see a tiny red and yellow mote of energy go shooting out toward the white dragon. And the dragon does not see it coming. And a fireball explodes center mass.
Ooh.
And the creature actually hisses in pain. Gwen Lauren.
Yes. So, first thing I'm going to do is move, if I can figure out how to do that.
You should be able to just click on your thing, hold the cursor down, and move.
Well, theoretically.
Yes.
In practice, not so much. So, you said hold what down?
Just left click.
Okay. Yeah, when I do that, it draws a box. I don't know how to make it not do that.
Try left-clicking on your icon first and then.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Still draws boxes.
Oh.
Any suggestions?
Uh.
Oh,
There
wait,
you go.
I figured it out.
Yep,
I
yep.
don't know what I did.
No, it was something I needed to do. So
Okay.
it was my fault, not yours.
It's okay, I was going to say, I didn't do anything differently. But anyway, that's where I go after much difficulty. All right, now I can't stop moving. So, all right, so I'm kind of next to Tasha.
Okay.
And from there, I am going to use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on this dragon in front of me.
Okay.
And for my regular action, I am going to cast Conjure Barrage.
Okay.
So I grab an arrow. Is there anything nearby that happens to be on fire?
No.
Okay. Then I will just toss the arrow in the air and let the spell do its work.
All right. Does it get a save, or do you have to roll to hit?
It gets a dex save of 17.
Oh, and it made it.
Okay, so it takes half, right? That's 6. But then the Hunter's Mark means it does extra damage.
Okay.
And that's 4. So total of 10. I wish it were more.
All right. Well, you see the arrow magically multiply, and you see several of them hit. A few of them actually get through the scales. All right. Barnaby's turn. He has his great axe in his hand. Oh! And the first roll is a natural 20.
Yay!
And the second roll is a miss, but the first roll was a natural 20, so...
Well done.
With the great axe, he swings two-handed and catches the dragon right across a leg, and suddenly there is steaming red draconic blood pouring into the water.
Ooh.
He did 24 points of damage in one hit.
Not bad.
Yep. All right, so... Ooh. So the dragon, the larger dragon, loops around, opens its mouth, and breathes again.
Well, that's bad because they can't take another 40 points. So,
Reals.
yeah. And I don't think we can manage to.
Well, if you don't save, it's 80.
Yeah, I know. That's my point. I don't think we can save everybody.
Well, that's the cone this time.
What's the cone?
Just us.
And Iarla. Right.
Is it a spell or is it just their breath?
It's just their
Weapon.
breath.
Okay.
It is Dex save.
Okay. Get the +5.
Athgar, Tasha, and Iarla. Gwen is 15 feet from me. Within
All right.
10.
So, what did you get for your saves?
Do I still yell them out, or do you want to go call them?
Aribell.
21.
Okay. Oh, I didn't roll for Athgar.
And this is Dex.
Yes. Okay. Athgar got a 24. Tasha
27.
and Gwen Lauren.
23.
23. Okay. Well, everybody made their saves except Iarla.
Oh.
So all of you take 26 points of cold damage. Iarla is basically frozen in a block of ice from the waist down. She's still conscious, but barely.
Thanks.
And it's her turn. Valiantly, she brings up the crossbow and manages to hit twice. One of the hits ends up in a wing joint. Oops.
It's pretty cool how that works.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sigrith. Sigrith moves up toward the front of the ship. Okay. She raises her hands above her head and after several gestures points a finger at the dragon. And an emerald green ray lances out from her fingers, strikes the dragon, which cries out and plunges into the water.
That's where I was headed next.
She just cast Disintegrate.
Oh, that's not where I was headed next.
Nice.
And did 3 more points of damage than the dragon had hit points.
Nice.
Wow. Well done.
I don't think her husband's gonna be very happy with us.
Nope.
Nope. You hear the other dragon scream in rage. So, Athgar is going to go over to that side of the ship. Damn, there really isn't a lot he can do.
Who, Athgar?
Yeah. He's not exactly stocked with lots of combat spells.
He can inspire one of us.
I'd like to be inspired.
I know, right? I actually think I have.
Stay in the safety zone of the 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he will, let's see, hold on. He will throw a Bardic Inspiration at Aribell. That's a die 10. And then he's... Yeah. He's going to utilize his sorcerer training. Wow. And hit all 3 times with Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Eldritch Blast.
For 10 points of damage. All right. Aribell.
I am going to hit the dragon with Guiding Bolt. A natural 20 should hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
So I roll the dice twice, or not double.
And then add any additional damage.
6 dice 6, so that's 12 dice 6.
And that's radiant?
Radiant.
Okay.
That was fun. 10, 20, 30, 53 points.
Hey.
Wow. He shudders with the impact.
And
Let's see. And uses one of his legendary actions to tail slap Barnaby.
ooh,
Oh, can I finish? Oh. And then I'll finish my turn.
And misses him. Son of a bitch.
yeah, thank the gods.
Well, a 4. It's not going to hit.
No.
All right, Aribell.
And then I'll use my bonus action to heal Yarla again. 2d6.
I got 6.
14 points. Every little bit helps.
All right. And now it's his turn.
Peaches and cream. Peaches and cream. I thought it
That
was
is-
me next.
That is not what I was thinking. I was not
That is
thinking
not what
peaches
I
and
was
cream.
thinking either. Okay.
And he breathes. So, Aribell, Iarla, Tasha, Gwenlaren, the captain, Marrow, Zorith, and Sigrith all need to make dexterity saves.
Woohoo!
Is that good?
Nope.
Oh no.
It's not.
I was gonna
It's
say
not.
the woohoo sounded good, but then the laughter did not.
It is not. Boy, it is not.
It's not gonna matter, dude. Oh, it's nice knowing you guys.
This does not bode well.
All right, so
Remember, we killed one.
They'll put that on our
Jeez.
tombstone. They did kill one.
Uh-huh.
A couple rounds of death saves, it'll all be fine. Unless it's way
Dead.
over your hit points.
We'll see. He looks too serious. It's not good, dude.
Added your
Sounds
bonus on that.
What?
You added your +5.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Do I get +5 or am I out of range?
10
I'm just-
feet.
I'm just thinking, even with a save,
think
it's
15.
not going to be good.
Well, the saves last what? We had 26, we had 40.
So am I out of range? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to move closer to each other so that you're in range.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll be moving to your bodies and then we'll all be in range.
all right, Zorith, what did you get?
I got a 10.
You take 51 points of damage.
Okay.
Gwen Lauren,
24.
25 points of damage. Tasha,
29.
25 points of damage.
Yep, I'm down.
Aribell,
25.
25 points of damage. You see Marrow is completely frozen in a block of ice now.
I like Smearl.
And you hear a cry from up above you. From up where the captain was.
Oh no.
All right. Zorith.
I run towards everybody as far as I can get. So
You should be able to move you now. I think
Yes, I can.
reset everything. So
I'll move myself there. Oh, okay. 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 I think it was there.
yes.
I cast Ray of Sickness at 5th level.
Okay.
I don't cast it twice, I just cast it once. Silly thing. And then I roll to hit.
All right.
There's no save on that. I rolled a natural 18 plus 10, 28.
That will hit.
Okay, what are these? D8s.
And does it get a save or it just takes the damage?
Let me...
I can look it up.
I think since you rolled a hit, there's no save, right?
I thought not, but let's look. On a hit, the target takes poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it's also poisoned until the end of your next
Okay,
turn.
so it takes the damage regardless. The save is to see if it's poisoned. Got it.
Correct.
Okay, so what
Correct.
is the DC?
DC,
That
it
would
just
be
says...
your spell DC. It's 16, right?
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. But hey, I rolled a 20 plus 10 to hit on whatchamacallit. That's not what I wanted to do.
Saving throw. That
was cool.
Okay. Yes, it made the save, so it is not poisoned, but it still takes all the damage. So go ahead and roll the damage.
I can't. I'm trying to get rid of all of the stupid things on my... Okay.
Too
There
many
we go, clear off.
screens.
Too many things, too many
This
screens.
is so much easier sitting around a table.
I'm just gonna let D&D Beyond do it for me, and I'm gonna roll 12 D8 because I don't have that many D8s here.
Okay.
43 points of damage.
Would you like to describe its demise?
I would.
Ooh.
It had 41 hit points left.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! As I see it's heading away to swoop around, right?
Yes.
And I see Yarla is in a block. I hear Marrow. Yarla's like blocked halfway down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I hear two cries from behind us.
Well, you saw Marrow.
Oh, because I was right next to
You
them.
were right next to him, yeah.
So and Tasha's down.
Yes.
And yeah, Tasha's down. And I said, wait, come back. Aren't you feeling sick? And I touch my pointer's fingers together and I like flick my fingers out and I cast that ray of sickness.
And you see that mottled green-black beam of energy strike the dragon, and the dragon's body, which is already beaten and bruised and burned, erupts in oozing sores, and it gives a harsh, gargled cry as its eyes close, and you see it just poof down into the water.
Nice.
And we are no longer in combat?
We are no longer in combat.
Okay.
Touch Tasha. And give her 25 hit points with lay on hands. And then I look around to see who is down.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I would be happy. That would be a 30.
You can see that you just brought Tasha back up, right?
Yes.
You can see that Marrow is completely frozen, and you can just see the top of the captain's head, who is also completely frozen.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do?
I need to know if anyone is completely dead. And then I run towards Casimiro. I have a minute.
Move back to that. They're all in death saves.
Okay.
I don't know how to get myself out.
Your
Because
wounds?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to get. Like, it still says I'm dead, so I don't know.
But, like, does it have the box with your hit points?
If you click
says-
on that box, like click on where it says one of the dots next to success,
Yeah, I
then
did
you
that.
can it should pop up a box and you can put in healing.
Nope. Well, I did, but it still says when I.
So when you click on the little skull, it pops up a big a box.
And then you have to click
Just
apply
healing,
changes.
And then put 25 in the healing.
Yep. And then you have to click apply changes.
I just got kicked out. Oh no. None of this makes any sense.
Okay.
Well,
Then-
we've not had to deal with this before. You haven't, so.
No.
We're still learning.
So Casimiro, I can touch the top of her head. So I will also, I'm just doing lay on hands. Well, and then I'll go back. I'll do the bonus actions.
Okay.
And nothing of Marrow is available to be seen? Is that correct?
You could like if you cast healing, you will be able to heal him.
Oh, I was going to cast something like fire to, like, one of my fire things to, like,
That would damage him.
No.
burning hands would not damage the ice.
That would damage him and the ice.
It's fine. I've got bonus healing.
Okay.
So I will do my action. I'll do 15 on Casimiro, and then I'll do 2d6 on Marrow.
Okay.
And I actually have two 2d6. So I got 9.
Yeah, I got 6. So.
Okay, so Marrow gets 14 back.
All right.
So everybody is awake.
Yes.
Tasha, can you do some healing yourself?
I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds because that's the only healing spell I have.
Good one.
So that's 3d8 plus 4.
All right. I will roll off against you. I got 15. I rolled 15.
I don't know what that is. That's really funny. If it's a full loot, is that the full? Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
I think that's
okay.
it's the top number.
Okay, so 8, 15. Yeah, I got 15 too.
Okay.
So 15 plus 4. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
So 19.
All right. You can choose up to 6 creatures
Okay.
within a
so
30-foot radius of you. So just choose 6.
So Iarla, and myself, and Gwen Lauren, and Zorith.
Don't do me. Well,
Is Athgar within range of me?
He didn't take any damage.
Oh. Psst.
oh,
Okay.
then me.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get Marrow? Or is she too
Sure.
far away?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Marrow and Casemiro.
Sure.
Okay, there you go. That's a 6.
All right.
And how much do we get back?
19.
Hmm.
All right. Can I do a bunch of casting?
Hmm?
Can I do a bunch of casting?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And several of the sprites crew have healing as well.
All right. So I will go 4,
Okay.
and then so I'm gonna go. Who's next to me? Ayarla first, and I'm going to. I'm pulling out my kit, healer's kit.
Okay.
So she gets 5 plus her level from the healer's kit.
Iarla does.
Yep. Plus another 11 from the Aura of Vitality I still have up.
All right.
Does she look
She's
less?
she's looking better. She's at almost 2/3.
Okay. Zori's down some?
Yeah, I'm down 32 points, but if you've got others, you can do others.
Tasha's probably still pretty rough.
Yeah, she's probably real low.
Tasha. Ooh, 6. You get 7 plus our level. So you get 19 from the healer's kit plus 14 from the aura. Tasha.
Tasha.
How many? 14?
14 plus 19, so 33 points.
Yeah, that should help her.
How are you looking?
77 out of 85. It's pretty good.
When are you down a lot?
I'm down 32 points.
6. 9 plus 12 is 21 plus 11. 32.
What about you? Aren't you way down also?
I'll get me.
Okay.
I haven't even used. I still have a ton of spells.
Yeah, she hasn't even done
Yeah,
like lay on hands or anything. So
Well, I've used most of my lay on hands, but I've got all
have you?
your wounds.
Okay.
I'm down 90 hit points, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I was like,
I still
no big
have-
deal.
No
I have
big.
more to start with. I still have 30, so.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the captain and then Marrow and then I'm sure Barnaby's beat to hell, right?
He's down about 1/3.
But
He's
Captain
actually
and
pretty
Marrow are-
good. He only got tagged physically that one time.
I don't know what Casimiro's level is, so she gets 8 plus her level from the kit,
Okay.
and then 12 from the Aura of Vitality.
She is fully healed.
Okay. And then Miro, 9 plus her level from the kit,
His
And
level.
his level, sorry. And then 10 from the aura.
And he is fully healed as well.
Okay. I'm going to use the last 2 bonus heals on myself. And I will use Cure Wounds at 2nd level, which is 2d8. Athgar's fine.
Yep.
D8, I got 9. 7, 6. Ouch. I'm back up to 90-ish. Sigrith?
Sigrith is down about a third.
Okay. We'll throw a Cure Wounds. I can use the kit and a Cure Wounds on her. She'll get 8 plus her level from the kit.
Okay.
And 6 plus 13 from Cure Wounds.
Oh yeah, she's fully healed.
Okay. I can give Barnaby some if I'm guessing he comes back on the boat. I'm not
Yes.
going in the water. I'm not Gwen. Let's see.
Yeah,
So-
he comes back on the boat.
Okay. So 6 plus level from a kit. I'll subtract all my kits. I'm probably getting low. And then let's do 10 from Cure Wounds.
He is fully healed.
And then I take a deep breath and I sit down.
Yes.
A lot of running around.
I do a history check.
Okay. For what?
So if I know the name Krishna Lishan.
Is that the
The-
red?
Yeah, I think it was the red dragon that attacked us before.
Krishna Lishan, go ahead and roll.
Maybe not.
Ooh, I got a natural 18. And history 20, dirty 20.
You've never heard that name before.
Gonna have to ask Mother Tasha.
Yes.
Mother Tasha about that. Krishna Lishan.
Do I have a spell point?
Oh, son of a... And as everyone sort of regroups and the Sprite crew are sort of picking themselves up and
Right.
looking at the damage that's been done to the ship, because there has been some.
Bastards.
That's where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
So we'll be back in 15 to see what the aftermath brings. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. So, the captain has brought the sprite to a halt. It is just slowly drifting with the current of the river, but the paddle wheel is not moving. And she's moving around, talking to each of her crew, making sure that they're okay, and Athgar is staring at the water where the second dragon went down.
Where am I? Okay. I'm going to walk over to him and I'm going to ask, are you afraid we should go check to see if it's actually dead, or?
Oh, no, I'm thinking of a story. Just wondering if there's any truth to it.
Which story?
There was a story about a dragon who followed a behavioral trait of some, that they would keep their hoards under them in their lairs, except for the gems, which they would swallow and keep in their bellies.
Oh.
And
I see
I'm
where you're going with that.
wondering if there's any truth to that. And
We
if
were just told
so,
by Mother Tassa to
Expand our horde?
expand our horde and potentially go into the waters.
I offer to go down and check.
Do you have underwater breathing?
No.
Well,
Marrow steps up and says, I could go. It'd be easy for me to go, and probably in a shape I could just slip down their throats and look.
The
Well?
one, right? But not the disintegrated one, right? Because the disintegrated one is gone.
No, the disintegrated one, disintegrate,
in 5th edition doesn't do the same thing.
yeah, it doesn't do the same thing. It's just an enormous amount of damage. It completely disrupts their physical system, but they're physically still there.
Ah.
Sweet.
Check,
So-
and then if we need to do surgery, I can help.
Marrow says,
Or do you
Um,
think there's a lair down there?
let me go look.
All right.
And you see him cast a spell, and then you see his eyes suddenly glow with purple irises. And he says, so I can see. And then he begins to melt.
Ooh.
And over the course of about 30 seconds, just sort of, and then kind of morphs a little bit, and then when the movement stops, there's a medium-sized otter.
It's an otter. He chose an otter. I'm so excited. I was gonna ask. Yay.
And the otter sits up on his back legs and goes, and then hops down and it broop, 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 poof, off the port side of the ship.
Oh.
Well, that's a cool trick.
Did he hear me say check for a lair?
You don't know?
Boys. All right.
Well,
Well,
could you send him a sending spell?
I cannot. It's okay. We'll wait. If he comes back up and he can't find anything, we'll go, hey, did you check for a lair, and send him back down?
You
Dragons live
don't
somewhere.
know how long this is going to take.
Yeah, because you may have to go to the bottom to see where they're at.
Yep. Fortunately, this is a sort of a delta in the river, so it's not ocean deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 30 feet.
Nice. Well, and I go to talk to Casimiro and say, well, here we were thinking that you would be in peril from the Platinum Hammer, and unfortunately, potentially, we brought different trouble to you.
Well, it's not like I wasn't going to run into a dragon or two at some point. I mean, they're attacking the capital. It's only a matter of time before, they started coming upriver. It's only a matter of time before they start coming inland.
Well, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm assuming you've heard the song.
Oh, aye.
And
couple different people singing it.
Yeah, it's traveled along that dragons are going to start keeping them at bay on the eastern coast.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Worked that out, did you?
Yeah.
Well done. That's going to make a lot of people very happy.
Yeah. I don't think that we did not plan it very well. We did plan it pretty well, but we didn't really think of how much of a sensation that would cause the song to, motivate everybody and then have them expect, wonder where their miracle was, kind of. So we didn't think about that.
I can see that might end up being a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm. One little wrinkle we didn't think about.
Didn't foresee.
Nope. Super glad it went all over, because that's what it was supposed to do. In fact, it did it really well, but yeah.
Tell me something. Does anyone in your crew happen to have that nifty little cantrip that allows them to mend things?
I don't know if any of us do have mending.
Can you ask and find out? That'll be a big help in sort of patching the sprites until we can get to Aermagh.
Cornlon doesn't.
I don't have it.
No, neither does. None of us do. Does Athgar have it?
Do you go ask him?
Oh, yeah, I'll go ask him. I was there. Now I'm back there.
He turns around, notices you walking up, and says, "Do you suppose that hurts? What he just did, that compressing a full-size human being into this tiny little animal. It can't be comfortable."
I don't know, because they do it all the time, and if it hurt, I can't imagine. I don't know. You'll have to ask him when he comes back up.
I'll try to remember to do that.
Do you have mending as a spell?
The cantrip. Yes.
Sure. Excellent. Captain Casimir would adore if you could help mend the ship a tiny bit.
Oh, well, of course, I'd be happy to help. So, excuse me. And he turns and walks over to talk to the captain, and she immediately claps him on the shoulder and directs him into the wheelhouse.
Right. No larger than 1 foot in any dimension. You can mend it. That sounds good.
Yep. So basically, he's going to be mending cracks in the hull.
Mm-hmm. I don't have that one.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do while everyone's waiting on Marrow?
I'm just gonna lay down and relax right now.
I'm going to sit next to the water and watch for signs of his return.
I'm going to send a
You're muted.
Muted.
I'm going to send a sending to Mother Tassa.
All right.
This is Tasha. We were attacked by 2 white dragons. We survived. They did not. But they said something about
Krishna Lishan.
Krishna
Alishan was right. And I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you're out of words.
Sure.
There's a pause, as usual, and then you hear Mother Tassa's voice. I've not heard that name in over a century.
So she does know it.
Krishnalishan is speaker for the Chromatics, or was. 120 some odd years ago.
Thinks we're whippersnappers.
Thinks we're a threat.
And we are.
Well, that's
I don't think
good.
they said that we were a threat. I think they just said they were right that we're humans.
We don't know what he was right about. We have no idea.
Well, you did your first spell and it didn't do as much as they probably were thinking it would. I don't know. You're right. You're right. We don't know.
But they're talking about us.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, we must be a threat to them.
We've given them something to talk about.
Exactly.
Like 3 of them.
Right. True.
That won't go unnoticed or unanswered.
Yeah.
Fear you're right.
Everyone on deck, make a perception check.
Nice. 21. Boom.
24.
16. Crappy roll.
Ooh, I bet. What'd you get? Like a
Aribell?
1?
7.
Oh, sorry, 25.
Okay. You all hear toward the very back of the ship a thump. Like something being dropped on the deck.
Okay. Turn around and look.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fist-sized stone laying right at the very edge.
Great.
We'll look
Okay.
Yes.
What color is it?
As you get closer, you see that it is faceted.
Faceted, even.
It is mostly clear but slightly blue tinted. Anybody who wants to try and figure out what it is, make an intelligence check. Highest roll figures it out.
I can get like some sort of advantage for being a noble who knows jewelry.
18.
16.
Investigation, right?
No, just a straight intelligence check.
Straight intelligence.
So.
Oh, either way. 6.
Okay. Gwenlauren,
Yes.
you peer closely at it, and you realize that what you're looking at is the largest blue diamond you've ever seen.
I tell the group.
You estimate that one gem sitting there is probably worth somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 gold pieces.
Wow. I report that. Impressive.
Hopefully they find a second. I mean, like,
There could
We
be
could-
more.
we could keep, well, if there's 2 dragons, we could keep one and the sprite could keep one.
That
Over
would be.
over the course of the next hour,
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
there are 5 more deposited on the deck.
Wow. All the same?
Wow.
6 total. Wow.
And then you see the otter scramble up the paddle wheel and back onto the deck, and then shakes himself and then begins to slowly melt back into the human form of Marrow. So you need to tell your young friend that the story was true.
Mm-hmm.
Was that from both dragons or just one?
There were 2 in the belly of the smaller one and 4 in the belly of the larger one.
Oh. I wonder if
Considered
they.
a diet aid or.
That was news to me. I had no idea they did such a thing, but
I wonder if, not cost as weight, but the one in the south,
Sandy Cove.
Sandy Cove. I wonder if they've gotten to the belly part of that from Sandy Cove.
Probably not.
'Cause It's only been, how long has it been? Like a week since we've been in Sandy Cove?
yeah, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. tops.
Jesus.
Maybe
Going by
send a message to Osmond and let him know that they
Yeah.
should stomach. They didn't already.
I guess they haven't.
Now they were pretty much cutting that thing apart.
They were.
They were.
Well, they might have fallen out.
Well, we might have to. So I kind of gather our people, not the boat, and I say, it's Casimira's boat, and, do we tell her to figure out what she'd like to do with them and split them, or do we?
That's what we did on the last ship, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Narrow's the one that went and got them.
Right, exactly. That's my point. Yes.
would have offered to help at some point when he was making his trips.
Right, kind of hard to. I mean, none of us can. None of us can.
I can breathe under.
Oh, you can? None of us can otter.
You'd have had to figure out how to deal with the cold as well.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh.
necklace of adaptation.
That
Just lets me.
would
breathe.
make it so you could breathe, but you'd still have to deal with like hypothermia after about 3 minutes.
Right.
Details.
Hide the dragon, though it probably isn't as cold.
They're whites.
Oh.
Good point.
Yeah.
I wonder where their lair is.
I don't think the dragons tend to like go off though, right? The chromatics, they are. I don't think they lair here.
I don't think so either. I
You
think.
haven't heard of any discoveries of any chromatic layers on the
Right.
mainland.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go up to Captain Yorobi and say, "Well, what would you like to do with the diamonds?"
Well, normally I'd say split them 50-50, but I think I kind of owe you a little.
For what?
I went down. Mero went down. Yarla almost went down.
Yeah.
But after that, you managed to save the ship, save the rest of my crew, defeat the dragons.
Mm.
Plus, that's a lot of money.
Well,
And quite honestly, I think 2,000 gold apiece, pretty damn good for my crew. It's more than they get paid in 4 months.
How many of them are there?
6.
6.
So how many is that? She wants 2? She wants 3?
She wants 2.
She wants 2. Okay. I mean, okay.
If we'd
I
have been
ask
coming,
everybody.
if we'd have been coming down this river, just us, and that had happened,
It may not have happened.
the sprite would be at the bottom of the of this delta with where the dragons are now, and the dragons would be up there somewhere.
Hmm.
we might not have attacked had we not been with you.
Yeah. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Do you think they knew you were on the boat before they crested the water?
No, but
I don't know.
Then if they did, then there might be something to what you say, but
maybe.
if they didn't,
Who knows?
they would have ground the sprite up into splinters, and us with it. And besides, your young man's down tending to the most expensive of the repairs. Just donating his time.
He likes to feel useful.
Well, I'm happy to help with that.
While
So-
they're negotiating, I'm going to sneak over to where Athgar's working on the ship.
Okay, all you know is that the captain took him into the wheelhouse.
So that's where I head.
She has come back out. Okay. You go in the wheelhouse. You see that it's basically 2 rooms. And there's a closed door leading to a room further back on the ship. But you also see a trapdoor in this chamber that is open.
So I will stick my head down and look in the trap door.
Okay, make a perception check.
18.
More than enough. You see there is probably 6 inches of water
Mm.
in the bottom of the boat.
Mm-mm.
And you see a rather bedraggled looking Athgar, gloves tucked in his belt, putting pruned and bluish hands on the hull and humming brief melodies, and you see cracks in the hull sort of sealing themselves back up.
Hmm.
So I hop down into the same space that he's in and say, hey, I just wanted to see how you're doing.
I've been warmer, but it's working. Less water is getting through.
Okay, so I have cold weather gear, and I offer that to him.
If you don't need it, the jacket would be lovely.
Go ahead and take it.
Okay, so he takes it and puts it on and is just stopping from it and doing the... And then his hands start to get a little less blue and a little more pink. And he's like, oh, this really is warm.
Well, I was wearing it a few minutes ago.
Ah.
I wish that I could cast spells like our comrades to warm you up, but that's all I have, so that's what I can give.
Well, it will definitely help. Thank you.
I'll see if there's anything warm to drink for when you're finished. How much longer do you think you'll be here?
Maybe another hour?
That long?
Yeah, I'm almost done with this side of the ship, but then I have to start on the other side.
I see. Well, then I won't wait until you're finished. I'll see if I can get the food and drink to you now.
Just something warm to drink. I don't think I want to stop long enough to eat. Not yet.
Understood. Just wanted to let you know you did well today. And then I just turn around and leave.
Behind you, Athgar goes, thanks.
And then I go up and ask about something warm to drink.
Is he turning blue?
He
Not
was,
anymore.
yes.
Well,
I go down
yeah.
to where Athgar is, and I cast Prestidigitation on him.
Well, you go down, make a perception check.
Doesn't he have prestidigitation too?
21.
But he's busy using his spells on something else.
Got it.
You go down and you see him. He looks bedraggled, and I mean, there's water in the bottom of the ship, so his boots are soaked. But he looks like he's doing okay. He's wearing that fur coat that Gwen had on.
How are his hands?
Pruny, but otherwise they look normal at this point.
I just cast Prestidigitation on his hands.
Ooh, what? Thank you. I've no choice but to put them in the water coming through the hull, and the water's cold.
We'll be back with something for you. And
He goes back to humming his tune and slowly sealing the cracks in the hull.
yeah.
So in the meantime, I've gone to the the mess, and I'm looking for something warm.
No, there's no mess.
No?
It's a tiny ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
like a
It's a tugboat, basically.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's
I
a
mean,
tugboat
there's
with a paddle
usually
wheel.
there's usually at least some area where refreshments are kept.
Well, they have, let's see, where is it? Yeah, Marrow would already have been doing this. He's pulled out an interesting contraption that you've not seen before. It's basically a metal tripod from which hangs a giant brass cauldron.
Right.
And he is currently holding his hands against the brass cauldron, and you can see the metal is turning orange from the heat. Because this time he's not using Druidcraft, he's using heat metal.
Nice.
I walk over.
Well, I'm asking him for a container to put the warmed liquid in.
This is, it's gonna be soup. Just needs to cook for a little bit.
Is there anything warm that I could take now?
Well, you probably take some of the broth. It's not hot, but it's probably warm.
Okay. Do you have a
can-
container I can put that in?
Yeah, he points over to a box on the deck, and when you open it, you see basically metal mugs.
Okay, so I fill 2
Okay.
and carry them back to the wheelhouse.
Do I see her doing this?
Yeah.
Hold on. And I reach out and I put my hands on them and I'll prestidigitation them to be warm, like good soup. Good soup.
Okay.
Good soup warm.
Okay.
Thank you.
You use prestidigitation, and you warm them to the point where there's just a little bit of vapor coming off the top in the cold.
Nice.
Ascar will
That's what I want.
appreciate that.
I ask.
Nice.
I lean over to Marrow. How is it working out? And nod to the cauldron.
Oh, it's made all the difference in the world, especially when we travel when it's cold. I made certain that I pray for the ability to heat the cauldron every morning. And we have hot meals on board. That's really been much, much nicer than what we had before, so we really appreciate this.
So glad.
All right,
So,
so Gwen,
I go back and I don't say a word. I just hand him the mug.
what is? Oh, it smells wonderful. He takes a sip and he's just like, who would have known? I begin to understand more of what I've read.
About what?
About appreciating the simple things and how they mean so much more when you're out doing things. I would never have considered myself to be grateful to receive a cup of broth. But
Well, it
now
will be better later when it's soup.
But now I think this is about the best thing I've ever tasted.
Well, you've definitely earned it today. So I'll leave you to continue your work unless there's anything else that I can do to make it less brutally cold.
I'm noticeably warmer. Tasha warmed my hands, and now
good.
I have this to warm my insides. I'm doing so much better than I was just 10 minutes ago.
Very good. then I'll leave you to it. And I do.
All right. Well, Athgar comes back up on deck about 45 minutes later. Walks over to the captain, holding the mug in one hand, and says, I think I got them all. I'll be happy to check again. I assume there's something you can do to get the water out? Oh, we've got a pump. I'll get Barnaby on that. We'll pump it out. I'll look again in the morning just to be sure, but I think I got them all. Ha, you're a treasure, young man. And just for that, you get the first bowl of soup. I'll take it. And Marrow starts handing out bowls of soup. First bowl goes to Athgar. But so the rest of the afternoon passes and the sun begins to dip. Casimiro says, well, I'm assuming you won't mind if we just drop anchor and stay here. Pick this back up first light. It'll likely be a little crowded, but I think if everybody wants to cram in the wheelhouse, we can do that. Or if you've still got your dome thing, you're welcome to set that up out on the far deck. Whatever you'd like.
We should set up the dome
And
Yeah.
they won't be so crowded.
and keep an eye outside.
Yep. We can take turns watching.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Second.
Do you want to do a full 4 hours or just 2? And then spend the other 2 doing something else?
I can take 4 and then sleep for 4.
Okay. All right. Then we
Okay,
really only need 2 other people to do watch.
Yeah. Tasha said she'd take second watch.
Yep.
And Aribell usually takes last because she's up early anyway.
Yeah, is that okay? Will you get enough sleep that way? Okay.
All right.
I cast tiny huts.
I hurry into the tiny hut because I don't have a jacket anymore. And it's been cold.
Right.
Although I did have a blanket that I was using.
Mm-hmm.
Does he not have any cold weather clothes?
No.
Oh, well, we'll take care of that in Aermagh.
I feel like when we went shopping, we would have gotten him clothes.
I know, me too, but that's okay.
It didn't come to mind for anybody, including him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
But he, when he enters the hut, he takes the coat off and hands it back to Gwenlauren.
Thank you.
No. Sincerely, thank you.
Well, you can use it again tomorrow if there's a need.
Well, hopefully I won't have to do any more mending so I can make more liberal use of prestidigitation to keep myself warm.
Very good.
All right.
Start
My
getting ready
bag,
for
I
bed.
do have a traveler's cloak. He can add another layer at least on top of what he is wearing.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like between the time that he ended up in the jungle to now, we would have gotten him some cold weather
It was
gear.
snowing and we were at the store. I feel like we would have bought him clothes.
Yeah, exactly. But
Just nobody thought of it.
Well, he would have thought about it. He's fairly intelligent.
Hey, he was
Yeah.
just bundling up in what he had. He was fine because he was moving.
And he was probably also casting prestidigitation on himself.
Right.
We'll be an Aermagh.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
All right.
We need to remind him that travelers need travelers' gear.
Cut casting hut all day tomorrow.
Well, he's, again, having not traveled, he probably didn't think these things through.
No.
It's another thing they seldom mention in the stories. They never mention that the heroes got cold and had to buy, thick furs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the adventure when the heroes froze their asses off. Yeah, it doesn't make a very good story.
They just kind of gloss over that part because it's mundane and, not that interesting.
Yeah, they don't like to mention how many fingers they lost.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's true.
Zorith, if you would, make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perception. 21.
It is a bright night, clear skies, the moon is out,
Love these nights.
and you see at one point far off in the distance a shape that you have now come to recognize as a dragon
Oh,
flying across your plane of vision.
How far away?
Quite.
Tiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards
the south, like towards Aermagh?
You are
not the
basically
south.
west of Aermagh. It's flying north to south.
Hold, please. Let me get my map. Yeah, okay. I forget we're going
We'll
east
go
to
ahead
west.
and and
So-
pull that map back up.
Going towards the east?
No. In the east,
In the east. Going from like north to south. So it's doing a flyby of Aermagh.
or maybe somewhere in between
Oh,
Aermagh
okay.
and where you're at.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure, but it's quite a ways away
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't seem to be paying any attention to
Right.
anything in your direction.
Mm-hmm. Crud. All right. Well.
Can you tell the color?
Oh no, it's far too far.
No. It's baby. It's baby in the sky.
Can you tell with your spyglass? Or I guess that would still not.
Ooh, can I check it out with my spyglass?
You absolutely may.
I
Make
forgot I had a spyglass.
Make another perception check.
Ooh, that is a 14 plus something. It's not going to be better than a 21. 14 plus 5 is 19. I don't even know if I have it in my inventory.
You think it's a light colored
Spyglass.
dragon, but you can't quite make it out well enough to tell if it's silver or white. But it's one of the two.
Okay. When Tasha gets up, or when I wake her up, I'll tell her. And since we had the shield, I forgot about the shield. That gives us like extra 5 or whatever. I'll pass the shield along to her, and then I will also pass the spyglass to her in case she needs it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
And I
Then-
say maybe white or silver. Just keep an eye that way in case it comes this way.
All right. Tasha, if you would give me a perception check, please.
twice their size. Okay. It doesn't say how far. That's so weird.
What's the shield gives me extra?
I think. Aribell, what does the shield give?
Do advantage on your first checks.
Advantage on which checks?
On perception. In that case, go ahead and roll again for the spyglass.
Oh, okay. I don't know if 14 would have gotten better. No, that one was worse.
Okay.
5.
Well,
14 and 5.
I got a 31.
Ooh.
Okay. You see quite clearly. It's a cloudless night. The moon is out, and you don't see anything that raises concern.
Okay.
Whew. Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That fight took it out of us.
Well, that's why you're resting.
That is why we're resting.
Can we mark that we've had a full rest?
Nope,
A
not
long
yet.
rest?
We have one more set to go through.
Yeah. Who's third watch?
Aribell.
Oh. I pass the spyglass and the shield to Aribell, and I say, Zori spotted a dragon off in the distance. Don't know if it's friend or foe. And I go back to sleep.
Okay. And then Aribell, if you would make me a perception check.
With advantage, because, yeah.
26.
Oh, yeah. Good job.
26. Again, beautiful clear night. Significant amount of moonlight. You don't see anything of concern, and as the sky begins to brighten to the east, the warm golden light replaces the cool white light, but you still don't see anything to concern you.
Mm.
Now you may mark that you have completed a long rest. Have to do long rest for like six people.
That's better.
Yep. All right. The captain comes out of the wheelhouse, followed by Barnaby and Marrow and Iarla. And you hear a zapping sound and smell ozone again.
Oh no.
They don't seem to be concerned about it. Tasha, make a history check.
$22.
You get concerned for a split second, and then you recall that the sprite runs on lightning,
Oh. Yeah.
and that's Sigrith charging the paddle wheel.
Oh, fine. I was like, it's just another dragon. Ah. I
No.
have dragon PTSD.
And the captain says, "All right, everybody look alive. Let's get these people to Aermagh and let's get the sprite taken care of, what say?" You hear, "Aye, Captain."
I head over to the cauldron and assuming Marrow's working on getting the ship off, but if he started the cauldron, I'll work on breakfast.
He started the cauldron. He basically just is boiling water. But, well, let's see. Does he see you walk over? Oh, yeah. He sees you walking toward it, and he says, "I was thinking, oatmeal."
I can do that.
Thanks. That'll get everybody fed faster. All right. And the sprite slowly begins to move forward and, again, picks up steam. Not quite as fast as you were going when you came across the river, but fast enough to be able to navigate safely down the river. And Casimiro kind of leans over the front and says, "Nice clear path ahead as far as I can see. Probably be there mid-afternoon, barring any issues that we gotta slow down for."
Excellent.
So there is breakfast to be had. Aribell, go ahead and make a performance check, and let's see how well you manage to soup up that oatmeal.
It's not soup. It's oatmeal.
I didn't guide myself or anything, so, but I rolled a 20, so 25.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's got dried fruit in it, and it's sweetened with honey, and got some cinnamon, and it's pretty tasty.
And it's warm, most important.
Yep.
And I think we have a bag full of pastries, so I pull those out.
You
go on
do.
the side, as we went to the bakery before we left.
Yep. Those are much appreciated by the Sprite's crew, because they don't usually get that. So
Captain's gonna say we're spoiling them.
You should.
Be right.
They're spoiled all the time now.
Yeah.
And they work harder for it.
They do.
Mhm.
the Sprite
Yeah.
travels smoothly and quickly. There are no other impediments. And right around, well, Tasha would know, right around 2 in the afternoon, you sight the West Bridge.
Oh, wow. We've made really good time then, huh?
You get the sense that the captain has been going significantly faster than normal. There's also the issue of the fact that the Sprite is not loaded down with anything. There's no cargo, so it's lighter and can move faster with less energy. So,
Tasha,
Yes.
you reach out and ask Viessa where we should have the Sprite come in.
Smart.
This is Tasha. We have the Sprite. Where should we dock? You can respond to this message.
After a brief pause, you hear Viessa's voice. Excellent. Go out to sea, turn to the north. Keep your eye on the shore. I'll have someone to wave you in.
I relay this to the captain.
Whew. Well, this'll be new. I can't say I've ever actually taken the Sprite out in the ocean. It's been rivers and lakes.
Well, we'll do the best to keep us safe. We'll try to help as much as we can.
Well, if we were still leaking, I'd be worried. But Athgar did a good job patching everything up down in the hull, so we should be all right. It just, salt water's a little different than fresh water. Mm-hmm. So I'll be interested to see how she handles. But
yeah.
It'll be done as you say. So you watch as Captain Nairobi slows a little, passes under the West Bridge, then several minutes later passes under the East Bridge, and goes out into the ocean.
How's the weather?
It's holding. Bright, clear, cold.
Not choppy then on the river. I mean on the ocean.
No.
Good.
Like 1.5 2 foot waves. Nothing major.
It's not bad.
And so as she turns to the north, the Sprite starts to do this quite a bit because it's running perpendicular to the waves coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So it does get a little choppy, but about 10 minutes past the northernmost docks, Iarla goes, "Captain, off the port!" And you look over and you see there are a couple people with torches waving to try to be seen. The captain immediately slows down, cranks the wheel to port, and slowly approaches the shoreline. As she gets closer, you see that there are rows of logs. 2 rows.
Oh.
Leading up onto the bank, and you see someone else pull. It looks like at first they're pulling the grass, but then you realize it's actually a huge tarp, and it reveals a cave entrance.
Like a pirate cave?
Yep. And
so we just have to get it on the rollers, roll it on up, and put it in the thing.
And
so
you
smart.
see a whole mess of people come out of the cave with ropes that they immediately toss up onto the deck, and you see the Sprite crew tying them off. And as the Sprite just nudges onto the logs, you see all the people on the ground pull the ropes taut, turn around, put the ropes over their shoulder, and start hauling.
Ugh.
And very slowly, the sprite comes up out of the water, and it's actually rolling along on the logs.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Very cool.
It takes about an hour
Oh gosh.
to get it fully into the cave. But once you get through the opening, which was kind of a tight fit, but once you get inside, it's actually a larger cavern, and the pullers actually get the sprite into what looks to almost be like a cradle of sorts, and you feel it kind of go thunk, and then it stops moving. Outside the cave entrance, people are picking up the logs and carrying them back into the cavern where apparently they came from. And then the light goes dimmer as the tarp is put back in place.
They have people muss up the sand like it's...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm watching all of this very carefully since disguise is kind of a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Cleverly done.
You hear a voice you recognize. It's Viessa.
Damn, you did not just do that.
I
What
missed
did
it.
you
What did she do?
What'd you
She
do?
just rolled her eyes. It was
Oh,
really
jeez.
cute, but like the split second you said it, she was just like, it was so cute.
Oh my goodness.
It was adorable.
Captain Yorobi, crew of the Clever Sprite, welcome. I'm happy to be able to offer you sanctuary. And know that I have opened a tab for you at the Shouting Pirate. So while you are here, you are my guest. As I'm sure your friends can tell you, the Shouting Pirate is an establishment in which you should feel comfortable, and I can say the food is quite good.
Indeed it is.
I giggle to myself.
So, whenever you are ready, know that your ship will be guarded, and this young man will be happy to take you to the Shouting Pirate, and you have your pick of several inns in which to stay at. I can recommend the Cozy Blade. Its proprietor is a friend. So, this young scamp, his name is Stom. You recognize him. This is the boy that took you to the warehouse from the Shouting Pirate. He will take you wherever you wish to go. He grew up here, so he knows the city fairly well. If you're looking for anything in particular that he doesn't know, feel free to ask Jojo, who owns the Shouting Pirate, or the Lady Aribell, who also grew up here. I'm sure she has a vast knowledge of the city as well.
Be my pleasure.
So, again, welcome. And I hope you'll enjoy your stay, and I hope that it will be a brief one. I'm working on a plan to deal with one of the issues already. And she just kind of tips her hat, turns and leans down, whispers something to Stom, and then turns and walks down a tunnel.
So do we still need to be in hiding?
Good question.
Oh.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
I mean, was Aribell asking Viessa?
No, I was asking.
Did
Us?
Aribell? I mean, did Viessa leave?
Yeah. She just walked out.
Well,
So you could probably catch her.
I run after her then.
Okay.
Have there been any more bands of people looking for me?
Not since we disposed of the second group.
Alrighty then.
At least none that my eyes have informed me of.
All right.
So if they're here, they've learned not to make themselves known. But I don't count on Strafsman's people being that smart, present company excluded.
Thank you.
So I think for now, you're probably safe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
All right.
So we got the Sprite here.
Yep.
We decided where we want to be for the festival.
Here.
Is that what we decided on?
I think so.
Well, I
Mm.
thought
I mean-
we had said we were going back to Thunder's Edge.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, I think we decided we could go to Thunder's Edge. That
We
It-
could.
right. that
Mother Tassa said,
we can't.
Mother Tassa said you can if you don't give two craps about what's going to happen once you get there.
I think she basically said that he couldn't really do anything.
He couldn't.
Well,
That is my understanding of the situation. Father may howl. In fact, Father will likely howl. But as long as I continue my apprenticeship with Arelakis, there's really nothing he can do.
Right. Okay.
well, he can make Arelakis' life pretty unpleasant.
That would require him to actually be speaking to Arelakis, which, according to what Zorith told us, he is not. He is using Sten instead, and Arelakis is out of favor, which I can only assume means that it's a vacation for him.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he wasn't horribly upset by that.
How many days are we out now?
2 weeks. You are at 14 days.
Didn't the bronze dragon ask that I be there in Thunder's Edge? Maybe I'm misremembering that.
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, might just be
Sure.
me.
That's where the Sarin will be.
The what will be?
The Sasaran.
Sarin will be in Thunder's Edge.
All right, let's go to Thunder's Edge.
Well, you've still got 2 weeks.
All right. Well,
Let's get. Well, if we're not going to be here, how long are we going to stay here?
Well, what did Bone Thing say? He said we could basically be anywhere, right?
yes.
Yes. He said you were considered an independent squad,
Mm-hmm.
at least up until the festival.
Until he needed us, right?
Well, until the festival.
Until the festival.
Or until something came up, but
So, but if he says until the festival, does that mean that he's expecting us to be here during the festival?
no.
Okay.
I don't feel like we can handle the situation in Strafsman's in the next 2 weeks.
No.
No.
I'd love to, but no.
I mean, we honestly could go to Thunder's Edge, lay low, somewhat. I mean, we could go for a little bit and take a break from everything.
How many months is it? Like another month? How many months is it until our thing is done?
2 weeks. It'll be done right around the same time as it'll be done right on the festival date.
That's right, the teleportation circle was.
Yes.
It will be done on the. Wow.
Yep.
Our house there is much larger than my house.
Yeah. Let's go back. Let's go back to the house.
I do have an errand to run here in Aermagh if we're not going to be here for the festival.
Yeah, we need to make sure that all of your people are taken care of at your house and stuff.
And if we have nothing pressing on our time, I would like to see the whole city.
Yeah, and we can stay here for a few days and then.
Yeah.
Well, would you like a tour guide?
Well, I was hoping we could all.
All right. Well,
you all have much more experience with this town than I do, and
the first place we should stop is to get Athgar some more clothes.
Yes.
Yes, I would appreciate that. Although we are going back to quite warm.
But we won't stay there forever.
That is one thing that we have come to learn is we, as a group, don't stay long in one town.
Fair enough.
Should we
I
at
need to
least
go to my parents.
Should we take
Yeah.
one of the gems and trade it in?
Or just we're not in front of anybody else, or are we still in front of people?
You're kind of off by yourself, off the ship. The crew is finishing sort of battening down the Sprite, getting it ready for just, not doing anything for a while.
We have plenty of coin in the hoard. We should just put gems in the hoard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I will do that a little bit later.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I can go home and take care of something and then.
Question. With your family, do you feel like you should check in with them and we can go check in on your house at the same time? Like, would you like to go see your parents?
Well, I have to pick up something for my parents and take it to the keep, and I think that would be lovely if you were all with me.
Oh, you want us to come with you? Yay, exciting.
Okay, let's go.
If we're not going to be here for the festival, I have something to deliver.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go.
I look forward to meeting your mother and father.
I can't remember if we met them once before or if she
did.
just went.
We went to
Okay.
You did. You all had dinner there.
Thought so.
Do you expect me to attend as well?
Yeah. What's the hope? I mean, if you'd like, if you have other things to do.
Gwen wasn't with you?
I don't know if Gwen's met my parents yet.
Okay.
No, but from what I know of the nobility, they are often somewhat choosy about the company they keep. So I can find other things to do while we're here.
We welcomed this family in my home.
Yeah, they're not. They're not like that.
When Lauren, if they don't have a problem with me, they won't have a problem with you.
Very good.
His father was not born into the nobility. It was a title granted after he fought, actually, with Athgar's father and Aribell in the wars.
Did I know that? That's so cool. I don't think I knew that. And I'll say that. I don't think I knew that.
I didn't know that.
You must be very proud.
Proud of what?
Your father's accomplishments.
Well, his accomplishments, I mean, but I love him very much.
I definitely look forward to meeting him.
Want to head there now?
I can do that.
What time is it? It's mid-afternoon now, probably ranging about dinner time, right?
Probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Because you remember it took an hour to bring the sprite fully into the cavern.
I did.
So
I did.
How should we appear before your parents? Should we change
like
our
what?
attire?
Oh. There's no need for that.
are you certain that usually when one presents oneself to nobles, you are expected to dress in a way that shows respect?
I've yet to see any of you do that for me.
Plus their family.
Or you.
That is no.
You're
Yeah.
a prince.
You outrank me, certainly.
Not only that, your father fighting with them would make you kind of part of family.
My parents don't stand on ceremony. My father runs a shipping company. My
And
mother is an artist.
and such things are allowed here. To choose not to observe ceremony.
Well, I mean, there's most of the nobles here are like that, but
It's very odd.
Indeed.
get away with a lot because people like them. My mother's quite charming,
Oh, of
She
that I
is.
have no doubt.
and they have a lot of money from the shipping company, and my mother's art is highly sought after, so they get away with a lot.
Fascinating. Well, they certainly do things differently here.
Well, and it's not they're not, you know, they're kind of different kinds of nobles. You know, it's a different system.
I'm not Bone Thane's daughter. It's not the same pressure on me there is on
Right. Exactly.
That would be awful.
Do they have indentured servants here?
I know the answer to that, Jeff.
Yes. No, their servants are paid. They
Yeah.
have servants, but
I mean, I know from my
they're
family, but
they're
she asked in Aermagh totally.
yeah. You anticipate she's asking, are there indentured servants amongst the nobility here?
No, that's not a practice observed here. All of those who are in service, whether it's to, I have someone that watches over our house for servants in the manors. They're paid, well paid in most cases. There's too much competition for good help.
Shocking.
Hmm.
So they're all paid, as in they could leave
Mhm.
your
And
employ if they chose.
And if you're really good at your job, there's a lot of, especially the chefs and things. They get outbid all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a different lifestyle here.
Indeed. Maybe there's something to be learned here, Athkar.
I think you are right. This may be the example I was looking for.
Maybe a conversation with her father late into the night about things noblemen from a different land know. And perhaps he could tell you a bit about your father before his responsibility was so soul-crushing.
Perhaps. And
We
I
could
believe it would be appropriate, Gwen, for you to be there for these conversations as well. You are the
Why?
ambassador of Thunder's Edge.
Yep.
Yes.
We could probably stay there or at an inn, but our house is probably a little small for all of us.
Yeah, we can stay at your parents' house. I'm sure they'll have us, right? And it's big enough, right?
She said it would be a little small. I wouldn't want to.
No, my home. I have a home here that we usually stay
Oh.
at, but
It's,
we stayed there last time you were
it's
with
a
us.
little house.
Wait. Your parents are nobles, and yet you have your own residence.
She
Yeah.
has two now.
My husband and children and I did not live with my parents. We had a small home in the merchant district. My husband was a merchant.
Oh, Gwen, this might be also the first time that you've heard that. Maybe, I don't know. Does
But I don't know if Athgar knows.
I
knows
was
what?
not aware.
that she is no longer, she's a widow?
Oh, I knew that.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't think.
She may not have known what Aribell's husband did,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, she knew what happened to Aribell.
Athgar
Yeah.
may not have known she married beneath her station.
Right?
And you were allowed to your choice?
Of course.
And no, that would make some sense. Your father is a merchant noble, and if you were to marry a merchant, he would see that as
Honest work.
honest work, yes.
She could have married anyone.
Wouldn't have mattered what he did. I loved him.
That's sweet.
It wouldn't have mattered to your parents what he did.
Correct.
If he had been a dock worker.
As long
There's
as our-
honest. Oh.
Stevedores are honest workers.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. It's so different.
But again, I am not the heir to Aermagh. I don't know how Bone Thane thinks about his children's marriages. Probably not quite as uptight as your father, but I'm sure he has expectations.
Mm-hmm.
At the risk of embellishing, I doubt anyone is quite as uptight as father.
I'm assuming we're walking as we're talking.
Yeah, if you want to be, sure.
Yes.
You basically start down the tunnel that Viessa was headed down, and then you realize you don't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk back to where we were and flag down somebody and say, we need to get back into town. Because if we're 10 minutes out by boat, how far north are we of town?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You hear a voice.
Stone?
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
And you see him run up and go, just a minute. And he turns tail and runs full tilt back towards the sprite. You see him talking to Iarla. And then he turns around and runs back. Okay, they said they would wait, so where do you want me to take you?
Jojo's is fine.
Oh, okay, no problem. I think they finished building the tunnel. So, okay. We'll find out.
Tunnel.
Yes, we're underground.
Viessa, everything in Viessa's is pretty much underground. Like, business, underground. Tunnels, underground.
He takes you down the tunnel several turns, and then
We're walking forever.
takes you into a section of tunnel that smells different because the wood smells brand new.
Hmm.
And he says, I don't hear anybody. Maybe they're done, or maybe they're just done for the day. I don't know. But we might have to backtrack a little bit, but if it's finished, this is the quickest way.
All right.
And he leads you down this tunnel, couple bends, and it ends in a ladder, which also looks brand new. That seems to lead up about 20 feet to a trapdoor.
Must we climb?
There you go. Just go straight up.
Will we be in Jojo's?
Yeah. This opens in his
yes.
root cellar now.
Oh wow.
I just
Yeah.
laugh.
That's good stuff.
Helps to befriend friends. Thank you, Stone.
Welcome. And he turns tail and runs full tilt back down the hall.
Oh, it's pretty funny. Instant accent. What?
I like him better than the other guy.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
the grumpy one that didn't want to be fed. Yes.
Yeah.
We haven't met him lately.
That's fine.
I was hoping he was going to be there because I was going to be like, we have pastries. Do you want?
I know. I was just thinking that too.
That poor kid.
I head up the trapdoor.
Okay. Well,
I follow.
you get up there. There's a latch.
From the inside or to the ups?
Basically, from what you're seeing, it looks like this is like a latch, like a doorknob, like it would be on both sides. But it could be secured from either side as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it. Is it open?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to put it up just like a couple inches, look around, and then just open it. 'cause
You
I'm
see boxes and barrels and sacks of vegetables and...
Yeah, not just going to come in and help everybody up.
Okay. And you see a staircase against the far wall. And you can hear the sounds of glasses clinking and people talking and just the general sound of the inside of the Shouting Pirate drifting down the stairs.
We get up, everybody.
All right.
Do we want to go through or just exit out the back?
Well, we should say hi.
Okay.
As you wander up the stairs into the back of the Shouting Pirate, that's where we're going to stop for the night.
Oh.
So we will pick back up there next time.
Very good.
Yes. You survived.
So,
Two dragons.
Hard to believe.
I would like to tell you that you leveled,
Woohoo!
Wait,
Did we?
but you're not going to?
but I just did.
Yay! Yay!
Uh,
Now Aribell gets a something.
Get something good. I gotta work. Figure it out.
well,
I have a couple of options.
yeah, plenty of time. But, yeah. 2 adult white dragons, that's kind of the cap on the journey to next level.
Boom.
Nice. Woohoo!
So
No, that's great.
we will roll hit points first thing next time, but you can do everything else until then.
Yeah,
very
thank
good.
you for watching and for giving us a little bit of your time. We appreciate it. We will be back next time. Until then, remember, stay safe, stay sane, and Omicron is a bitch. Don't be stupid. You know, for yourself or for the people that you care about, or for anybody for that matter. You know, just do the right thing, take care of yourself, and take care of your community.
Well said.
Thank you. And we will talk to you again next time when we once again welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.